Hi, I'm Alexander Kanevsky. We are in the space of Alexander Kanevsky Art Gallery in Princeton, New Jersey. The gallery is appointed to be a principal site of United Nations Ambassador of Peace, Sacred Prince of Venice, Monsegnore Sandro Pulin, Art for Peace in the World organization, together with the principal site of new renaissance in the world these days, of which I am pronounced, named, and published as a founder in Italy, and I have brought it a couple of months ago into the United States with a major show celebrations in New York City and Princeton, New Jersey, and VIP receptions in Princeton and Hollywood, California. Now in the gallery we are together with very remarkable artist, Joe Esposito. Joe, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.
And most remarkable of the whole is that Joe today, January 3rd, 2016, is appointed a principal director of New Renaissance division in the United States of America. The division is called Revival of Color, wherefore and wherein Joe had labored all his life. Now, Joe, I would like you to say a few words to the public about your work, about your paintings, about your ideology, about your theory of life, of art, wherefore you're working so hard and so interestingly, Joe.
Okay, thank you. It was very nice. My work deals with intense color, but something that's very important is I see we live in a world that is there are many problems in this world. We live in a dark, desolate world. In my art, I don't want to express that. Deep in my soul, deep in my heart, I reach for light and hope, and I use intense, strong colors to bring light and hope into the world. I want people that see my work to be touched in a very hopeful way, so that they walk away inspired and believing that you can come out of any darkness, and no matter how dark it gets, you can rise above it. I believe if I can put that kind of light into the world, one day the light that I put into the world may shine back on my own soul, and in the form of some type of redemption. Art to me isn't just making a painting. It's who I am. It's the core of my life, and I want my legacy to be that I brought something good into this world. And as I said, if I can make this a better place, then it justified the air I breathe, the space I took up, and also I truly believe that being an artist and having the ability that I have to create is a blessing, it's a gift, and I want to take that as far as I can possibly take in this world. I was given this gift, and so the whatever you want to call it, whatever you believe in, the Great Spirit did their part by giving me this. If I can take it as far as I can possibly take in this world, then I'll have done my part, and that's all I want to do. I want to take this as far as I can. I see so much horror. You look at what's going on in the world. It's terrifying.
Apocalyptic stage.
Yeah, it is. It's horrific. I mean, people are.
And Joe, tell us a couple of words about paintings that we have
Oh.
today on exhibit in
Yeah.
the gallery of yours.
Sure. What I do, this was in Venice, and I take images, I break them down to their simplest shapes and forms, and then I use intense colors, and when I work, I don't see the finished the finished painting. I work for a while on getting the composition down, and I go back and forth. It changes quite a bit prior to actually using color, and I want it to be strong because that's part of it too. You need to have strength. I need to have strength in my work, and one of the most important things in my paintings, and it's very important in life, period, is the work has to be balanced, and that's also true in life. If you don't have balance, eventually somewhere along the line it's going to fall apart and disintegrate, just like a human being. I mean, if you're not balanced and you keep going on and on and on, eventually you're going to fall apart. It's the same thing with a piece of art. When I lay in a color, it's kind of like a musician improvising. If I put in a red, that red is going to lead to another color, which is going to lead to another color. I don't see the whole thing. It just happens as I work, and I work very fast, and that's how it goes. And I also work on many pieces at one time, because I can be working on this piece and put in something, and then you get to a point where you don't know what the next note is or what the next color is, but I can look around and there may be 25 pieces or something that I'm working on, and I see, oh, if I tone this down a little, it'll work in that piece over there, and then that'll take me to the other one. So it's kind of like it's like playing in many bands at one time. There's also has to be harmony, which is another thing I believe in. I want to bring it all ties into what I said about bringing hope and light, and making someone's life a better life, making
being and happy human being.
Yeah, making this a
revival to the world. Through the colors.
I think color is healing.
Right.
It has the power to heal. Art has the power to heal.
Right.
And
power of art.
Art can be very, very strong, just like music, just like all the arts.
And Joe, tell us about this painting.
This painting here, I use these figures, and it's a very childlike image, which is also very important. What was it Picasso said, that you can, in 5 years, you can learn how to paint like an adult, and then it's going to take you the rest of your life to learn how to paint like a child again. So I do everything I possibly can to remain in that innocent state. I collect toys, and a lot of times I spend time with my toys prior to working, because they bring me back to my younger years when I didn't know that people were blowing each other up. There has to be a change in the world, or else.
Wherefore we're living then.
Or else.
And laboring, right?
If we keep going down the road that we're going down,
Exactly.
we're going to
What's the purpose?
self-destruct. We're going to
What's the purpose of
self-destruct.
our existence?
Yeah,
Otherwise,
we're going
right.
to self-destruct.
Right.
It's just so important to me, and since I am an artist, I try to do what I believe in that.
Exactly.
Also, from this piece, I've taken those images, and you can see those pieces over there that are cut out.
And what do you call this piece that is cut out?
The name of the actual
Yes.
piece, well, that's
Right.
that's sort of a, you know,
So this particular figure,
yeah,
this
it's
piece,
kind of like an Inca Peruvian,
do you have a name? Do you have a
pre-Columbian.
name for it?
I don't. I did several pieces like that, and they kind of watch over me. You know, they watch over me. They're so it doesn't actually have a name. It just is what it is. But the point is, it's cut out, and if you could imagine this piece 25 feet, you know, freestanding,
Right,
outdoor sculpture,
Right.
painted on both sides.
right.
And the same with the other one next to it, which I called One Love.
Yes.
And that would be nice, 20, 30 feet, painted both
Yes,
sides.
definitely. I find it extremely
and,
provocative.
and it would be very powerful
Yes,
if you know, large.
yes indeed.
There's also
And
something.
what about this piece in the middle, Joe?
That piece.
This is one of my favorite, perhaps, of your collection.
That piece just painted itself. It's, I couldn't tell you where it is or anything like that. I just was very interested in the shapes I was using. Again, it's like music. If you look here, you have this happening here, you know, and then it plays across here. And it comes down, and then you have this happening, this here, and I love, I don't know, I just love this fish, and I'm not big on fish, but you just look at these images, and other things can happen here. You can take that part right there and make that large. That would be another beautiful sculpture.
Exactly.
You can take parts of the painting, and you've got something great. These archways going into somewhere. You've got the moon here. I was just playing around here with this piece, but it just turned into something interesting. This figure here being kind of laid back, and that's what's going on there. If you really, there's an intensity in this piece here, the face, the eyes, he's all-knowing. He sees something. He's a protective image, and this also. This in itself would even make an interesting piece on its own.
Yes.
That's what I like to do, and I've done it, is cut these images out and mount them to the actual painting, so it gives it real depth and dimension.
Definitely.
And these are, I should note, these are painted with solid colors. I use a lot of, there's strong, almost primary colors, but if you really look, there are a lot of toned down colors. There's grays, a lot of neutral colors, because you couldn't just use primary and secondary color. You need to use a lot of grays, because gray makes the other colors just pop. I mean, the grays serve to, you know, you take a warm.
Tone, yes.
Yeah, you take a warm or cool or neutral gray and you put a color on it, it's
Right.
just going to explode.
Right.
Which is kind of what I want. I want that color. That's why this whole thing about color.
Right.
It is powerful stuff.
Exactly.
And also the line